Hi, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to Weston Super Mare. In today's episode, we take on York City as we continue our fight against relegation. Hey everyone, once again, welcome back to Weston Super Mare. So in today's episode, as I mentioned, we are taking on York City at the Wood Spring Stadium. But before we progress to this episode, let's go ahead and check out some of the fixtures since the last time you joined us. So the last episode, we drew 0-0 against North Thurby. We followed up with a 3-2 victory against Welland in the FA Trophy second round. This is one heck of a match. Back and forward, as you can see, we actually played pretty well. They had 2 players sent off. We had 1 player sent off. And as you can see, it was a crazy game. Look at all the bookings and sending offs. The referee had a real field day. And then we had a 2-0 defeat at home against FC Halifax. Disappointing game, to say the least. We have another red card and plenty of bookings again. Ugo Adoji getting sent off in the 68th minute. We were 2-0 down at the time, and it just made things pretty much impossible the rest of the way. Then we lost 2-1 against Morecambe. This was another game we didn't really play that well in, despite what our stats are showing you at the bottom here. Dale Southwell got a penalty in the 74th minute, and then Reece Turner getting the winner just a few minutes after that. So we're very disappointed to give away that game because I felt like we could have got a draw even though we played that badly. Then we lost 2-0 most recently against Lincoln. This is a game as well. We never really created too many opportunities. And as you can see, more bookings, more disciplinary action in this game. So, it was disappointing with those results. It leaves us now in 19th place. Even though with a game in hand over Bromley, we are currently only 2 points clear of them. Our goal difference actually is very, very good. For being at the bottom of the table. As you can see, we're pretty much even on goal difference. That's going to go in our favour in case it goes down to that. But we go into today's game against York at home. Now let's take a look at York's team real quick. Let's see who they have. Alright, let's go by average rating. Who's played well for them this season? So Adam May, who's on loan from Portsmouth this season, has done very well for them. 4 goals, 3 assists, average rating of 7.16, I should say. Played pretty well for them. As you can, he looks like according to my scouts, he's a box-to-box midfielder. Should I keep an eye on him? Brandon Hanlon, I think, is their top scorer with 10 goals in the league. Looks pretty well-rounded, on loan from Charlton. Then Matty Dixon's having a good season for 4 goals and 6 assists for him. Average rating of 7.05. So it looks like they're very strong in the middle of the park. They also have Ben Whiteman, but he will not be available for today's game. He's out for 4 months, so his season is pretty much done. He looks like a very talented player on loan from Sheffield United as well. So at the moment, according to last match, they played Jan Klakowski up top. He's not really a striker. He's more of a central midfielder, but he played up top. So obviously they're struggling up top right now. Obviously Brandon Hanlon's being their main threat, so we'll just have to keep an eye on him. But anyway, let's see how well they've done recently. Let's check out some of the form. They won last time out against Nuneaton in the FA Trophy third round, but they have lost 2 in a row in the league against Torquay and Chester, so they are in much better form than we are. This may be a good opportunity to get a victory today. Alright, so this is how we're going to line up for today's game. Luke Pennell's going to be in goal, Paul Bignett at right back, Ryan Delaney returns to the team at centre half with Daniel Devine with Roe Turner at left back. Midfield, Sweeney, Brealey, Sukona with Jenkins in midfield. Southwell and Williams lead the line with Joe Steele, Lane, Davids, Fitzgerald and Wedderburn making up the bench. So yeah, this is a game I feel like we could win today. The media doesn't think so though. We are 4-1 to win. York are favourites as you would expect. But again, I'm confident we can get away with a good performance today. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I did do a team talk midweek to try and get the boys motivated because obviously 3 defeats on the bounce is not very good for this time of season. Obviously crunch time and everything. And obviously I'm starting to think about next season as well. Obviously there's probably going to be a huge turnover in the squad, whether we get relegated or not, just because I need to freshen things up. I need to release some players that I'm paying too much, and I want to reshape the way the squad is built. I want to get players with more hard work, more determination, things like that. It's going to make things a little bit more easier in the long run if I do that. The way that I constructed this squad, when I look back, is actually pretty abysmal. And as we concede there, early goal there, Charlie Kirk getting a goal there from the edge of the area. Good finish from him, but poor defending. But as I mentioned, basically the way the squad is constructed right now, I'm not happy with it. I feel like we're paying too much money out on average, mediocre players. I'd rather put that money to better quality talent. But here's maybe an opportunity to get a goal back. 3-0 lead, plays to Jenkins. Jenkins to Southwall. Back to Jenkins, who shoots and scores. Gets in there. James Jenkins, he's had a really, really nice season so far. That's his 8th goal in the league. And he's also notched up 12 assists this season for an average rating of 7.25. So he has been an excellent signing. And he's signed up for one more year. So it'd be good to see him maybe grow and develop a little bit. He's got a really high determination, really good balance, and I think he could be a really nice player for us going forward. So he's been a very, very good signing this season, and he finished that effort very, very well there. Although I'm surprised he didn't hit the shot the first time, but it doesn't matter. He's blasted past the keeper, and it is 1-1. Okay, so approaching halftime here. Not many other actions to talk about. Here's a highlight just before. Maybe we'll get a goal. Be an ideal time to score. Southwall at the edge of the area gets brought down by Clapson, and that it wasn't inside the box. It was inside the box. It looked like it wasn't for a second. It looks like that was a good 2-3 feet out. But the penalty was given. No complaints from the opposition. And Dale Southwall has an opportunity to score. And just before halftime to make it 2-1, he steps up, shoots, and a great finish from Southwall. No doubt about that. Again, he's been an absolutely fabulous signing for us. 23 goals. He's really helped void the gap when we lost Elliot Richards last season. But he's had a really, really good season. That was a great penalty as well. I think now I said it was 23rd goal of the season now for Dale Southwell. Yeah, he's had a really, really nice year, and we'll have to see. Maybe I can bring him back on a permanent basis if he's interested, but it wouldn't surprise me if a team is going to pay a lot of money for him, because again, we're still a relatively small club. I mean, we got promoted a season earlier than I expected, so that put us in a bit of a situation financially that we can't really compete with a lot of teams in this division. That's something we're going to have to kind of grow into. So obviously staying in the league is going to be very important for this season, just to make sure you maintain consistent growth. Here's maybe one more chance for halftime to make it 3-1. That'd be a really, really good way to go into half. Sweeney to Williams. Williams shoots and scores. Gets in there. 3-1 just before halftime. 2 kick goals before the end of the first half. Has give us a nice 2-goal cushion there. Good finish there from Aaron Williams. His season's been very up and down. I've been disappointed with him. I was looking for him to get a lot more goals than he has, but he's been a little bit inconsistent. But nevertheless, I mean, he's still scored plenty of goals, though. I mean, 10 goals, nothing to sneeze at, with 10 assists as well. He's done his job being creative. So, anyway, good first half. Very good first half. 3-1 up right now. We'll have to see how York changed things in the second half. As I mentioned, they are a little bit short up top. They've gone with Fenwick, who's not really a starter for them, alongside the main talent, which is Hanlon. And they haven't really threatened so far. They had that one early chance, and they took it very well. But ever since then, it's been pretty much us. We've been dominating, which is very, very pleasing stuff. Here's maybe a chance for York, though. Good tackle from Sweeney. He's going to boot this ball forward, but only as far as Dixon. May is going to lay it out to Barber. We've got to close him down a bit quicker. We do very well there. Jenkins to Southwell. Southwell leads a counter-attack. He's got turn on the overlap, but he chooses Bignett instead. Bignett gets the byline. Cross it into Southwell, who makes it 4-1. This could turn into a real job in today. That's Southwell's 24th goal of the season. Well played from Paul Bignett there. Beat the man on the outside and pulled it back to the on-rushing Dale Southwell. And that was never in doubt. He was going to put that one away. Great finish there for the inside of the right foot for the man from Wickham. All right, so straight, there's a highlight here, straight from the kickoff. That usually means there's a goal to follow. Connolly goes by his man very well there. Gets the byline, crosses it in, and well clear from Devine, but only as far as Kirk. He pulls it back to Fenwick. What a save that was from Luke Purnell. He's had a really, really, really solid season for me. So, I mean, I probably will keep him. As I mentioned, I am looking to try and renovate the squad, and I think Purnell is one of the players that I will be keeping on. He's just had a really, really good season for me. All right, 78 minutes on the clock. Haven't made any changes yet. I'm reluctant to do so just because we're winning 4-1, and I would like to win today. That'd be a really, really important victory. Bignett is going to cross into Southwell, who makes it 5-1. That is game, set, match. Let's make some changes now. Let's bring on Davis and Fitzgerald for Dan Sweeney. So, yeah, very pleasing stuff. That was Southwell's hat-trick there. 25th goal of the season. Great ball from Paul Bignett. He's had a really, really good game from right back. A couple of assists to his name. But that was a beautiful ball with his left foot as well. Bit of surprise in there. I thought he was pretty much right-footed only, but that was a great cross, and Southall headed it very, very well past the keeper and make it 5-1. So let's put the game beyond all doubt right now. When it was 4-1, I had inkling that if York scored a goal, we might collapse. It's happened a couple of times this season, but I'm happy to say this game is pretty much in the bag. Now look on the table in the left-hand corner. This win does project us all the way up to 15th in the table now. 5 points clear of Bromley, and obviously we have a heavy goal difference in our favour. So, I mean, that's essentially like an extra point. So things are looking pretty good so far for us staying in the table. And obviously we have a youth intake at the end of the month, which I'm very excited about as well. I'll probably do a special for that one. But there you go. That completes the results. It is a 5-1 victory against York. Very, very pleasing stuff. Comfortable victory at the end, despite going 1-0 down early on from Charlie Kirk. But we responded very, very well. Getting a brace just before halftime really kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. So very, very pleasing stuff indeed. Let's talk about the next episode. So the youth intake this year is going to be on February 28th, which is one day after the Guiseley game. So what I'm actually going to do is, because Guiseley are struggling in the league, this could be a little bit of a relegation showdown. So I'm going to play this game in the next episode, and then the following episode will be the youth intake special. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. Thank you all, and I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.